Gap filling. Now I have written another paragraph and four choices are given to you. Let's read the para. In every country, people imagine that they are the best and the dash. So look this article the. When the article the is there, then the adjective should be in superlative form. So which one is the superlative form? This one, cleverest. So in every country, people imagine that they are the best and the cleverest. Superlative form. Superlative degree takes the article. Okay. And the others are not as good as they are. Full stop. First line done. The Englishman thinks that he and his country are bad, the worst, the best, the worst. Worse. So, what you have to fill here? The Englishman thinks that he and his country are the best. The Frenchman is very proud of France and everything French. The Germans and Italians think no end of their countries, and many dash imagine that India is in many ways. So here this line, the Frenchman is very proud of France and everything French. The Germans and Italian thinks no end of their countries, and many, now options are Indians, Japanese people, French. Imagine that India is in many ways. So it is about India, so we will fill it here Indians. So many Indians imagine that India is in many ways the. Now again the, so it should be noblest also, greatest also, choicest also, the worst also. So we will eliminate this because already the is already written here. So imagine that India is in many ways the, we fill it greatest here, greatest country in the world. Greatest country in the world. This is all conceit. Everybody wants to think well of dash and his country. Now look, here it is written his and it is everybody. So it is about singular. Okay. So everybody wants to think well of himself and his country. But really there is not. Is not is that takes singular. So is not person. We talk about person. Okay, not particularly a man or woman. Who has not got some good in him and some bad. And in the same way, there is no country which is not partly good and partly bad. We say partly good and partly bad, like positive form. So here also we will write the degree in positive form only. We must take the good wherever we find it and try to remove the bad. Now same way, the line should be same. We must take the good wherever we find it and try to remove the bad wherever it may be. So this line will also take a wherever it may be. We are of course most dash with our country India. So we are of course most concerned. Okay. Unhappily, it is in a bad way and dash of our people are very poor and miserable, and dash of our people, so we say most of our people. Okay, so most of our people are very poor and miserable. Now this is another paragraph. 4 choices are given to you. In the fill-ups you have to fill the correct one. So we'll read, if fresh water is polluted, it harms us and all other living beings, including crops, plants and trees, dash many ways. So we say in many ways. In many ways. Unsafe water kills about 1.6 million people a year, more than all violent activities including war. If the oceans, now oceans, so the verb should be in plural, are polluted, we say if the oceans are polluted, then all living things in the ocean are harmed, and all the marine products humans consume, such as, we say such as fish, will also become harmful. The approaches to something, yes, approaches to water conservation and storage. So what will come here? The approaches to water conservation and storage involve people in groups of houses and whole villages in whole villages, okay, villages plural, in cleaning there, because it is about villages, so their local tanks plural, and small canals, building check dams from local earth, maintaining these themselves, often with advice from government engineers. The way we conserve water are of course dash important. So we say very important, but we also need to think about how we use water. Like the way we have done many paragraphs for the gap filling and error corrections. So you take examples. You can take examples from your practice books and other books and try to solve it out and do the practice for it. As much as you can do the practice, you'll be the best in this. So do practice.